Welcome back to Kris versus Everybody. This is a podcast where I talk about anything and everything unedited, uncensored. This podcast has been brought to you by the Crisscross Corner podcast and the Crisscross Studios YouTube channel and the Crisscross Studios Apple Podcast channel. Go ahead and click subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Go to www.crisscrosscorner.com to get your Black Excellence hoodies and t-shirts, as well as other apparel. Thank you for your support. Today, we are going to talk about some things that happened in just 4 days. In 4 days, America has been turned upside down, inside out, and if you're in the city of Detroit, just completely obliterated. Now, the Detroit Lions have lost in the divisional round to the Washington Commanders, which I think is the Lions' doppelganger when it comes to a team. They have a great offense. They have a great defense. They go on fourth down just as many times as the Detroit Lions, but they've successfully have gotten the fourth down conversions more than the Lions. So going into that game, I knew it was going to be close. The spread didn't really give it justice, but it was going to come down to the offense, which the offense turned the ball over 5 times. It's okay. 15-2. 15-2. Two years in a row winning the NFC North. We could have went to the NFC Championship against Philly, but the football gods, aka Roger Goodell, had other plans. So that's tier number 1. Tier number 2. And I'm going to put this in words that only smart people and educated people can understand. Donald Trump has become the 47th president of the United States. He has been sworn in. He has been inaugurated. He survived. He's still here. He has signed executive orders, which I'm going to get into later with my special guest on the show today, and other things that he did during his speeches and after his speeches. But we're going to get into that later. And Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are still alive. And we all know why. It's those people in the white and black jerseys. The damn referees pulled them out of another pickle. We'll see if they can beat the Buffalo Bills this weekend. We will see if they can beat the Buffalo Bills. If they can beat the Buffalo Bills without the refs' help, they deserve to win the Super Bowl. But let's go back to the NFC side. We have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. Now, this is the funny part. The funniest part about this is both sides have coaches that left the Dallas Cowboys. This is just crazy. Kellen Moore was the offensive coordinator. They let him go for Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy wanted to do more play calling. He went to Chargers. Then he got cut from the Chargers and went over to Philadelphia Eagles, who that are now in the NFC Championship. You get rid of Dan Quinn, and now he's the head coach of the Washington Commanders, who's also in the NFC Championship. You didn't want Saquon. You didn't want Derrick Henry. You got rid of 4 of your wide receivers to Tennessee. You paid your one semi-good receiver in CeeDee Lamb. You overpaid Dak Prescott. And you have to pay either 2 of your offensive linemen, or Micah Parsons. Which Micah Parsons could probably leave after this year. But we also have Justin Fields on Pittsburgh and Russell Wilson on unrestricted free agency after this season, which I hope the Detroit Lions go after one of them. One of them, because Jared Goff is not the answer. And I'm going to get into that as well. Jared Goff, when pressure comes, he doesn't know where to throw to. That's it. We saw it in the Super Bowl that he was in with the Rams, and we saw it in the NFC Championship last year, and we saw it in the divisional round this year. it's just, I don't know anymore, guys. I have my special guest today. Before we get to the special guest, I have to talk about this. This is the first conference championship round where all 4 teams have combined in playoffs for 0 turnovers. Every team that has lost in the divisional round and wildcard round has had turnovers. All 4 teams left, the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, Washington Commanders, and the Philadelphia Eagles, 0 turnovers. Even Philadelphia, who played in the fucking snow, 0 turnovers. 0. And while I say that, welcome our special guests here. We have the great debaters here. We have Walter Whitt, and we have Christopher Bird.
Hello, hello. What it do?
Hey, Walter, turn your mic down. You're too loud. What's up, guys? This is a therapy episode for myself
You're
and
in
hopefully
line.
for both of y'all.
You're in line.
Oh my god, it's been a year.
It's been a year. We barely 3 weeks in.
The Lions lost. Mark Andrews can't catch a freaking pass to tie the game.
What?
The Ben Johnson's gone from the Lions as offensive
What?
coordinator.
What?
Trump has been inaugurated.
What?
Ohio State's about to win the championship.
What?
Don't say these things. All of these things are not pleasant.
I'm up past 10 o'clock on MLK Day before I have to go to work.
What?
It's just a bad day.
TikTok's here at least here for like another 75 days.
TikTok was gone for 12 hours. People could not do it.
They were stressing. They were stressing.
Yeah, this is not the year. And we're only 20 days in.
Shoot, some folks ran back to TikToks. Then the same with that, some folks run back to a toxic ex. But we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
But there were some good things to come out of the Donald Trump inauguration.
Some good things you said?
There were some good things that came out of it, Walter. I'm a person that admits facts and truth. Okay. There are some good things that came out of this. Okay. He vowed to release classified documents from the FBI from JFK, RFK, and the MLK assassination. So congratulations. Congratulations, Donald Trump. You satisfied a lot of black people with that one.
That's all we want. We just want to know.
We just want to know what happened.
That's not all we want, but we do want to know.
It's a start. It's a start, goddammit.
It's a start.
What else happened? What else did this idiot say?
Let's see. How about renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America?
I mean, realistically speaking, I don't think you can do that.
I mean, if Israel can say that Palestine is not a state, then we can say that the Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America. I'm just saying.
I guess.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. But usually you would think of an inauguration address to be like a vision of hope, a good speech to pump up America for the next 4 years. This man literally bragged about himself for like 40 minutes.
40 minutes. 40 minutes.
This man was like, yeah, I was almost shot. I was like, nigga, we know. We were there. We were there to see it.
It literally felt like you was watching episode 3 at the part where Palpatine goes up there and he speaks to everybody, and then he said, like, and the attempt on my life has left me scarred
and deformed, but my resolve has never been stronger. Like, shut up, Donald Trump.
And then this idiot right here says, Hey, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization because, like, we don't need all that. We don't need all that.
That was a point I was going to bring up. First of all, Mr.
Oh,
Donald
my
Trump, did
my
you
bad.
not understand that we literally just had a bird flu scare, measles
What?
scare,
What?
smallpox scare,
What?
H1N1,
What?
COVID,
What? Monkeypox?
monkeypox? Like,
What?
what are you doing?
We can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
It's like you want to protect the country, but you're doing the complete opposite.
You are.
Well, you have to remember that you have to remember that Donald Trump's America is different than the standard America, right? And in the fact of, like, regardless of how you look at it, his social status has always put him in a different place. And so those are the people very clearly, from everything that he has said, even before today, and especially today, everything he has said has been for Donald Trump's America, for the class that he represents, not the middleman. And that's something that I think we all need to remember going forward.
And we also need to remember going forward is that he hired yes men. So it's not people that tell him what he needs to know. It's to tell him what he wants to know.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Tell him what he wants to hear. Like, yes, praise me. Yes, going out of the WHO was a great idea. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, when your country, the last time you ran for a president and you said it was going to be a great 4 years, it ended with a pandemic. So,
and not only that, but how?
And hold on, Chris. And didn't he dismantle and switch that, reverse it on Barack Obama's plan to stop a pandemic?
Yeah.
And then the pandemic happened, and then millions of people died, and then he made it political to say, "Hey, if you're for me, then you don't need a." They politicized the mask. God damn it!
They did.
They politicized keeping people safe.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say, because I think a lot of people have forgotten there are certain things that are not political in this country. Actually, there are certain things that are political in this world. Violence overall is not political. Pandemics aren't political. Wildfires aren't political.
It is to Trump.
I know they are to him, but they're not. Right? That's something that we have forgotten as a nation, and that's something that is frustrating.
But he also pledged to create an external revenue service to level tariffs against other countries' goods, which I don't think he understands what tariffs is, even though he does have a degree in economics, but it's okay.
Yeah, like that's let's see how that works out for the worst.
He did vow that his administration would work on lowering inflation, which is good. I hope they do what I hope they do what they say they're going to do.
And they probably won't.
Hey, if he comes through on his promises, then hey, I got nothing against him. But we saw what happened the last 4 years he was president.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw what happened the 4 years he wasn't president. And yeah. But we all know why he moved the inauguration indoors. One, okay, it was cold in DC. I'll admit that. It was cold in DC. But to put it in the rotunda of the Capitol, symbolism, anybody?
No, it's definitely symbolic. Because it's cold. It's very cold. Thank you, climate change. Right? Like,
I mean, it's January,
it's very cold.
It's going to be cold regardless.
Wait. Speaking of the Capitol, and I know if you're going to get into this, his first few hours in office, he pardons 1,500 of the rioters from the January 6th insurrection.
He said he would do that. We knew he was going to do that.
We know he's going to do that, but how long y'all think it's going to be until he goes back and go ahead and reestablishes the Muslim ban, which he did in his first week during his first presidency?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised of anything he's doing. I said this after the day after he got elected on this podcast. I said,
You did.
I'm not going to be surprised because he said what he was going to do.
He said he was going to do.
And people voted for him.
And,
so we are going to get what we deserve.
Yep. And my thing is that any type of hope that people have for Roe v. Wade, forget that. As far as any hope that they may have had.
That's not even. I mean, forgive me for saying this, but that's not even a huge issue right now.
Yeah.
Like don't say forget women's rights, but women's rights isn't even top of the food chain when it comes to what this man just did within a few hours of becoming the president of the United States.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roe v. Wade pales in comparison. That is a Supreme Court.
That's a Supreme Court
that's
thing.
a Supreme Court issue. This is the executive office. Okay.
Yeah. This is why we seriously need to bring back social studies in our public school system. So that way the public and the upcoming generation will actually know what the difference is between the Congress, House of Representatives, the Supreme Court, who make the decisions, and who implies the laws. Like seriously. Like honestly, man. This
Speaking of that, the 14th Amendment, Trump has proposed to terminate the recognition of automatic birthright citizenship, which is wild.
That's I was like,
not
shit.
good.
I was like, damn.
I'm like, okay, all right, Donald.
Be careful what you wish for.
He revoked a 2023 executive order signed by Joe Biden that sought to reduce the risks of AI poses to consumers, workers, and national security. So you say you want to make this country great and safe, but you literally do the exact opposite.
And Uno reverse.
You were
in real time.
This is what all I heard on Fox News for 4 years from since Joe Biden became president. Oh, we got to stop AI. We got to stop TikTok. We got to stop these people coming in from our country. Y'all literally just did the exact opposite. Joe Biden is old. He doesn't understand what AI is. He was scared of it. So he signed something to say, hey, don't let this AI stuff take jobs away. Learn human stuff. Basically to stop iRobot from happening. Donald Trump said, Joe Biden signed it? Fuck it. I was like, no, did you read it though? Did you read it though?
Did you read it? This has simple. Can you read the shit?
This man wants iRobot to happen and he wants Terminator to happen.
What?
Shoot, coming out of the World Health Organization, he might have I'm Legend happen.
Yeah, I gotta admit I was like, oh,
that
snap,
was
that's
wild. Oh, wait, hold up, y'all. We hadn't even gotten to the fact that this motherfucker said, you know what, we're gonna take the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement.
I mean, he did that in his first term.
Yeah, that was the first term.
He did it in his first term, and Joe Biden put us back in, and Trump took it out. So it's, hey.
True.
Either way, if we're in or out of it, we're gonna die anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see how long it's going to be and where he'll be going after critical race theory. And
they already went over it. It's already law in a few states.
They
took away the affirmative action. The Supreme Court did that.
True.
So yeah, if you're black or someone of color or a woman, good luck. All right.
Yep.
Speaking of federal workers must return to work in person. So yeah, all y'all people who voted for Trump, all y'all got to go to work in person. Sucks to be you.
You know what they say? Be careful what you vote for.
And then he said
on TV, you've seen a lot of
with a straight look on his face. You've seen a lot of
people. Oh no.
He said with a straight look on his face, he said he's going to spur American energy. Nigga, American energy has already been up here. Before you were president, when you weren't president, and now when you signed this executive order, it's going to keep going up. So it's like, we were never bad. And he said, people keep saying on that side of the aisle, the right side of the aisle, that there was an EV mandate. There was never an EV mandate. They were saying that you have to buy an electric vehicle. No, you don't. You can buy a gas powered vehicle. You can buy an electric powered vehicle. You can buy a hydrogen powered vehicle. Hell, you could do the Fred Flintstone.
So you can do that.
This is America. You can do what you want. You can buy what you want. There's no EV mandate. Stop lying to the people, politicians. This is crazy.
It is, man. It was even crazier is that, like, yeah, the fact they're gonna say whatever they want to, but they're pretty much saying on the basis on thinking that not everybody is really gonna take the time and actually look up the source and actually look up the valid, credible sources on what it is that they're talking about. They're just gonna take what someone says for face value and just take it for what it is, just because someone's in a good looking suit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
I've said this,
that is sad.
and I've said this before, right? It was one thing to have a grifter in the White House. People grift their way into things all the time, but until the White House was interesting enough, and to have to do it again was very interesting to see. But it's just it's madness. It's maddening, and like yeah, you're right. We're gonna have to see what happens. I remember a lot of people recently have been, can I change my vote? What do you mean tariffs are paid for by like the regular people and not by the other countries? And I was like, how do you not know these things?
Because they don't understand shit. They don't know anything. All they know is that, hey, Trump said he would do this for me. And people went to the polls thinking that this man was going to lower gas prices and lower the price of eggs and give him a stimmy check. Liar.
Lie like a motherfucker.
Then this man says, I'm going to go with the majority of the Republicans who voted in the House to get rid of TikTok.
I think that's a good point.
Then hours before this man is elected, he wants, give it a 77-day extension and have the U.S. own it. Man, talk about brainwashing people.
Yeah.
You know how fast TikTok has brainwashed a young generation? You want people looking at Trump 30-second videos on TikTok? That's all he wants. He wants to control your mind. He wants to be Kim Jong-un.
He wants to be that King Solomon in the flesh. Everything, man.
He wants to control your mind. And that's all I got to say about the inauguration. The inauguration, it was weird. Never have I. This is literally all he needed was a WWE ring.
That's all he needed.
The carpet and the chairs and the desk and the lamp. It was just. It's like, man, a public executive order signing. Like, what is this?
I have seen. I went to bed at like 6 a.m, so I didn't wake up till 2. But from what I understand, it was very dystopian.
It was very odd. It was very eerie.
Yeah, it just felt like you were watching like time stand still for a little bit, or that it was like it felt like watching Rogue One from Star Wars. And it just feels that you had all these people who they're trying to fight the good fight and try to help things out, but then they all like just die. And now it's like you got the bad folks coming in, and they're like, yeah, like we turn it up now in the worst way possible.
And the sad thing about this whole thing is, I want to end off the Trump inauguration conversation with this. If I was going to be the president of the United States, if any of you guys wanted to be president of the United States, any self-respecting man with a dick and 2 balls and testosterone, when you win the presidency of the United States, you want your woman looking bad as hell, right there laughing, clapping you up. Melania looked like she was dressed for a fucking funeral.
Shit, she looked like she was trying to advertise for Pizza Hut with that hat.
No, she looked sad.
She looked very not happy to be there.
She looked ashamed of Donald Trump.
She wanted him to do it. I don't think she wanted him to do it. Because there were several things at the end of his last presidency where she was like, no.
Like, no. Like this man, like even the first term, like when Obama and Michelle were saying goodbye, he was holding her hand. She was like, "Yeah, that's my man, Barack Obama." Melania Trump was like, "Yeah, that's my husband." And Donald Trump won't even hold her hand.
You could see that shit clear as day.
You can see it. Like she is not happy. She's there for the money. She's there for because I know he ain't giving her dick. So he's there, you know. Melania, if you're listening, Melania, okay. If you're listening, Walter's available now.
Whoa, no. I look with all respect. I do not want anybody who has been.
Oh my god.
No, nobody. Not a single person. No.
Your son will be 6 and 6. Your son will be 6'7".
Oh my gosh.
I don't care. I don't care how tall he'll be. I do not want Donald Trump sloppy seconds.
It won't be a sloppy seconds. It'll be a sloppy eighth. Because you know Melania gets dick on the side. You know Melania gets dick on the side.
Hell yeah, she do.
Oh, there's no way Trump's not coming. There's no way he's not.
But Melania did not look like she wanted to be there. She looked ashamed. Even before the election, she was like, I think women should have their choice. I believe this should be here. This should be here. This man went completely the opposite direction. He said, nah, I'm the man. Your body, my choice. I said, God damn.
When I said that's unhealthy. At that moment right there, mentally checked out.
Yeah, she was at that mentally looking like, man. She looked like she was there for America's funeral.
I mean, shit. I mean,
no, you're right. That was very weird. I was like, oh, she's not there for.
Like even Mrs. Biden. Mrs. Biden was saying, hey, how's it going? You know, Bush's wife was like, oh, how's it? Hillary Clinton, you know, she was like, hey, that's my husband, you know. But Michelle wasn't there. Michelle wasn't there because if Michelle was there, I guarantee you,
she would have shut that shit down.
It would look like a Love and Hip Hop reunion show. It would not end good. It would not end good. Okay. Her shoes would be thrown. Melania would have to, you know, trip on somebody, and Barron Trump would have to fight people. Like looking at his kid, man. They're just ugly.
Wait, hold on, pause real quick. Barron Trump is over 18, correct? That is.
Yeah, he's
right?
he's 19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, ain't nobody got time to wrestle a fucking giraffe. Okay. Like,
hey man, Barron Trump,
6,
man.
7, 6, 8, I don't care.
They had Washington D.C. shut down.
The whole place.
Like nobody. Like, hey, what you got in your pocket? A quarter? You got to get out. Like,
I'm like, damn, blood.
No middle, nothing.
Exactly. It felt like when Bane from like Dark Knight Rises just like released how he released everybody in Blackgate prison, and I had that picture of Harvey Dent up there, and like
we feel like, hey, what you mean?
In a way, because he's like, hey man, we're gonna get everybody out of here. Everybody.
He only got 1,500 people out, but it's okay.
I'd say, man, that's a lot.
Look,
all the people that came to fight for me, not the country, for me. That's what he said.
For me.
And people like to construe that with, oh, I'm a patriot. No, you're being brainwashed by a man who's only in it for himself.
That's it.
Like this, like, I don't want to talk about this anymore, but Trump is president again. I hope he does a good job. If he doesn't, you're going to hear from me on this podcast.
I mean, can he at least do somewhat? And like the bar is low for improvement from his previous term. So, I mean, we're going to see. We're going to have to see. But 2026,
2026, that midterm is about to be a bitch.
It
Good
is
time.
because, man, I'm telling y'all, man, like y'all take your ass out and vote, and hopefully, the Democrats will learn what went wrong and change that for 2026 onwards, because they did the same shit this election that the same stuff happened over in Hillary's election. I know we talked about that months ago, but I'm telling you, man, you cannot make the same mistake over and over again and expect a different result. That's called insanity. Just
Well,
can't do
Trump
it.
did it, and he won 2 out of 3 times, but it's okay.
True.
It is okay.
Yeah, that's a mic drop moment.
Now, speaking of trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, the Detroit Lions have lost
Oh god, this ain't
the
even
divisional
better.
round. The Washington Commanders are basically the Detroit Lions doppelganger. They are exactly the same team. It's just that Washington had a better defense and ours had people on IR. That's basically all the difference. And Jaden Daniels is mobile and Goff is not.
Shit, we had motherfuckers coming in from fucking Adams Bustle. That's how bad it was.
Fucking Vildor, man. I hate that man. He needs to get cut to death.
Getting full to contract, being like, hey man, look, hit the playbook. Come on. Like, come here and play. We need
If
people.
it wasn't for that Vildor trip, he tripped on his man's, and then Terry McLaurin went for that touchdown. That's the touchdown that killed it for everybody. Like, come on.
Yeah, I stopped watching at the top of the fourth. I was like, come on, guys, this is you're better than this.
I
had
watched
stuff
it
to do. I was like, I got other things to do. I couldn't. Like, I went back and forth between my office and my living room, for the rest of the game, and I was just like, I can't, man. That's
I watched to the end, and at the same time, I was thinking to myself, you know what, like, you cannot have 5 turnovers, 2 bad ones, 2 really bad ones, and expect to get out of a hole. Because that's what happened. They got themselves into a hole too early, and in the regular season, they've been able to get themselves out of it. In playoffs, and I said it often, I don't give a damn if the team's a 1 seed or a 6 or 7 seed or what have you. You cannot say, like, rankings go out the window during playoffs. Honestly, goes out the window.
They never faced the Commanders the whole season, so it was totally different. It was a totally different scenario and atmosphere. Because Minnesota, we played them before. We knew how to beat them. The Packers, we knew how to beat them. San Francisco had injuries everywhere. We knew how to beat them.
Barely.
Buffalo, because of a fucking 12-minute onside kick, we lost that game. It's like,
and to think that 3 losses. If you think about it, Detroit, the only 3 losses were at home.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, if you take those losses, you take those 2 losses away, the Buffalo and the Tampa Bay loss, they're 17-0.
No, and it's not because of the team. It wasn't because of the team. It's because of the coaching. Tampa Bay, no one scored in the fourth quarter. Nobody scored in the fourth quarter in that game against Tampa Bay. Nobody did.
No one.
Against Buffalo, coaching, let's go for an onside kick. When we just scored a touchdown to be down by 10, knowing that our defense can't stop somebody on the other side of the field, how the fuck are you going to think we're going to stop them at the 5 on our side of the field after we just scored?
No, that's very fair.
Hey, look, Campbell? What the literal fuck?
Hey, you made a good point when we were talking. We were talking the other night. Hold on.
Like, what in the hell are we doing, Detroit?
No, that's fair. But you made a good point the other night. Like I said, Dan Campbell actually did admit that, like, mistakes were made and that was on him, which that's what a coach does. But it's, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I want to see what'll happen next season with Ben Johnson in Chicago.
I want to see what happens with the fully fucking healthy defense.
With a healthy defense, you know how you understand. Ooh.
Aiden Hutchinson was running away with the Defensive Player of the Year before he got hurt in October. Running away with that shit. And he still led the team in sacks. He still did. I say it often, when you do not have a pass rush, which is what worried me about the Washington game, because against mobile quarterbacks with those many injuries, the defense is going to get eaten alive
But
for
we knew
breakfast,
that.
lunch,
We
and
knew
dinner.
that. We went against Baker Mayfield and we went against Josh Allen and we almost beat them if it wasn't for coaching decisions. The defense was going to be the same defense regardless of who's coaching, who's on the defense, and blah, blah, blah. The problem is when it came to the Washington Commanders, we saw it against Minnesota the first time. We saw it against Houston. If the offense gives the football away, it was literally the J-Mo and Goff show. Who could fuck up the most? And both of them, and it was a tie.
In which
that's
game?
fair. That was kind of bad.
No game on Saturday.
I mean, J-Mo did great and then not so great.
No, he did not. James. Okay, we're gonna start with Goff. Goff freaking lost the football when we're about to score. He was supposed to throw it to Sam Laporta. He got greedy, threw it to Tim Patrick, overshot it, got it intercepted. Then he tried to throw it out of the 3 times he threw it to J-Mo. 2 of them were picked. And then the time that we were supposed to come back in the game and give it and do a trick play, he gives it to J-Mo, and J-Mo tried to throw it to Jimmy Gibbs, and guess what happened?
It got picked off. That was the dagger, in my opinion. That was the death blow.
Ben Johnson was like, "Yo, I'm on my way out. Just throw it away." That's what happened.
But I will say this: even when at that second interception from Goff that he did to J-Mo, I'm thinking, hey, look, you get the ball in field goal range, you get into base range, you know he can kick it from pretty far. You get a 7 field goal, you're only down by I think maybe 7 or 10 going into the half. You get some type of momentum, you get some points on the board or something, but you don't need to play hero ball, which is what they have a bad tendency on doing at the worst times. And this is what happens when you do that.
All they had to do was play action or throw it to or give it to Jahmyr Gibbs. But they gave it to David Montgomery, who's fresh off a torn meniscus, which I still believe he has. He just went to a doctor who just let him play. Get your surgery, get better. Play action. Y'all saw what happens when y'all do the stuff that helps you win. I did not see that during the Saturday game.
Guess what? Damn near getting almost every time he touched it, he damn near got a first down. Damn near.
As somebody who has a torn meniscus and has had one for 15 years, because those don't really heal without surgery, and I was like, I was like 14, and my mom was like, the surgery that's too young for surgery, which to be fair, heads and tails. But like, somebody with a torn meniscus and somebody who had to go through like PT and all that for it,
it hurts.
It's not impossible. Like he could, it hurts, but he could theoretically make that comeback in the time he did. It's not torn, but you could definitely tell it was bothering him a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm saying, like, we literally have 3 backups to you, bro. Go get your surgery. Jimmy Gibbs scored 4 touchdowns against the Minnesota Vikings.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
Like, and we had Craig Reynolds too, which also did a good job on Saturday.
We had Khalif
Raymond.
He could have took a couple of snaps. Call Wildcatter.
I want to talk about
my
wild card player of the week.
And that is
my favorite quarterback. I got flack when I had a watch party on Saturday. I got flack for cheering this man on. And he threw a first down pass. And he did a trick play, which resulted in a touchdown. My quarterback, who also just won the Florida State Championship, high school championship, Teddy Bridgewater. I thought they were going to put Hendon Hooker in. I was like, they're going to put Hendon in? Then it was like, no, Teddy Bridgewater. I was like, woo! They did the trick play to J-Mo. That play was ridiculous, though.
I was like, boy, ain't no motherfucking way.
I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I won my parlay on that one.
And then when J-Mo held the ball like this, I was like, oh my God, please don't fumble. Please don't fumble. Please don't fumble.
That's what I said. I said, this is going to be the J-Mo who can fuck up the most. If he drops that fucking ball, I swear to God.
Oh my gosh.
I almost rage quit that day. If he dropped that ball, we're leaving. We're wrapping it up. Let's go. Let's go, KJ. Put your coat on.
Man, it's but I will say, going into the season now, going into next season, you don't have Ben Johnson, because now Ben Johnson is the coach now for the Bears, for a divisional rival. And when you look at the Lions and we look at all the free agents who they have right now, and those who are meant for big contracts, because Hutch is going to get paid, Brian Branch is going to get paid. I think Branch got like the season after next season. I think Kirby's the same way as well. But when you consider, Allen Robertson, Marcus Davenport, Ozarike, Derek Barnes, Carlton Davis, when you consider all these guys, and I said it often, as long as Brad Holmes is at the helm, I'm okay. I trust him. I've seen more than enough. And people need to calm the hell down with thinking, oh my God, we suck again because Ben Johnson's gone. Guys, chill the fuck out. We're going to be okay. And as long as we got Brad Holmes in the front office, who's a great mind for football, by the way. Look what he did with Seattle. Look what he did with the Rams. Look what he's done with us in 4 years. Like, we're gonna be straight. And I put up their status on my Facebook not too long ago, because I see a lot of comparisons with the Lions right now, with Dan Campbell, Sheila Ford, Brad Holmes, and how the bad boy Pistons were when Chuck Daly came into the mix.
Yeah, they strategically, not strategically, they gradually got to the championship. We know this.
Exactly. It's going to be growing pains to get there. And you're going to be like, hey, you were right there, but then it got taken away. But these are the things that you learn. Kansas City did not just make the Super Bowl like at first go around when Mahomes first came to the league. They had to go through their growing pains as well. It happens. It happens. But once you get there, see, now you're playoff ready. So everybody need to relax. I'm not going to get over this until March, at least.
I already bought my Chief stuff, so I'm good.
I'm pretending like I didn't just hear that.
I got my Chief stuff. I got my Eagle stuff.
Look, say what you will. I think we can all agree. Every football fan out there is 31 versus 1. Like, fuck the Chiefs, man. I'm tired of the Chiefs.
Say fuck them until they're in the Super Bowl. Then you bet on them.
No, I know. No, I ain't betting on them. No, like and not that the Chiefs aren't a good team. The Chiefs are an amazing team. I'm tired of seeing the same teams in the Super Bowl. I was tired of it when it was the Lakers. I was tired of it when it was Golden State. I was tired of it. Patriots. Like I love the Patriots. I'm tired of seeing the same teams. Like that takes the game out of it for me. I'm just like, oh, look, here we go again. And it'd be the same thing. Like, as much as I love the Lions, and I do love the Lions, if they were up for a 3-peat, I'd be like, all right, get them out of there. Like,
no. Lions go for a 3-peat. They're going for a 3-peat. We winning. If you win a 3-peat, you deserve a 3-peat. Like the last 3-peat in American history was the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like I said,
that was when Shaq was on the team.
Shaq and Kobe. But we'll see. At this rate, I mean, we'll just have to see. I'm just so tired of, and you can really equate it to the rule changes, but you just get a sense every time you watch a Chiefs game, there's going to be some bullshit moment in the game where they're going to get bailed up by the refs.
They were bailed up by the Oakland Raiders game when it was clearly offside on the Kansas City.
Clear as day.
They were like, "Oh, he fumbled the ball, and Kansas City recovered." Nigga, they jumped offside before the fumble even happened.
And with Houston, and like in the Houston game, yes, they missed a couple of field goals, and yes, y'all please work on the offensive line. Please do in the offseason. Like, please do. Learn from the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck. Protect your quarterback. But Championship Sunday is going to be something.
Yep. Speaking of that, we're going to move on to our final topic of the day. Which teams do you want to see in the Super Bowl? What will happen? So the NFC Championship, we already talked about it. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders, and we have the AFC Championship, Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs. If Josh Allen beats Patrick Mahomes, well, he can't really beat him, but if the Bills beat the Chiefs, that'll be a great AFC contender. If Washington beats Philadelphia, that'll be a game to see. Washington versus Buffalo would be a game.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know what the NFL wants. They want to see.
They want the ratings.
They want the Chiefs versus the Eagles. They want that to happen.
Part 2.
The Chiefs versus that'll be
a good game. And you have Saquon now. Phillies have Saquon now.
Well, so that'll probably be a shootout.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a runoff. So who has the best runners? Got Pacheco and Kareem Hunt versus Saquon Barkley.
Versus Saquon Barkley.
I mean, that's pretty what it is. And whatever, the tush push with where it hurts for like a yard or like 2 yards, it's over a touchdown or something like that. But I mean,
I don't know. I just don't understand how they keep winning. I think I'm going to make a book about this. I'm going to make a book about this. No, the Chiefs. I think I'm going to make a book about this. I'm going to look at every game.
Oh, no.
I'm going to look at, and no, it's not voodoo. I think it's something to do with the refs, and I'm going to prove it this Sunday. No, we have to prove it. You have to prove it, not just from calls. How he gets the ball to open people who are not open. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna watch the game this Sunday and dissect it. Okay. So ain't no way Travis Kelce was supposed to catch that pass as he was falling down.
Ain't no money for way.
He said so. Fuck it, he'll catch it. And he caught it with no one on him. I said, okay, he's cheating somehow.
And then guess what? When Goff did that same pass to Laporta, that one-hand catch to Laporta.
Oh my God.
I jumped off the couch. I was like, oh shit, he got it.
I'm trying, we moved, so I'm trying not to be like super loud with my neighbors, like, cause I got neighbors above me again, and
you better than me.
Might have scared them. No, cause Laporta caught that. No, like full volume.
Hey man,
yeah,
what you gotta do? It's a Lions game. They're supposed to know. They're supposed to know what day it is.
If I had to choose which teams I would want to see the Super Bowl, Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo and Washington.
Buffalo, Washington. Can you keep your streak going? Buffalo loses.
Hey man, it's some guy. But no, Buffalo and Washington for this reason. One team would win their first Super Bowl in one team, in this case, Buffalo win their first Super Bowl ever on attempt number 5. But then again, I don't think there's ever been a rookie quarterback in his first year to lead his team to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's ever happened before. And to think that that's happened the year after Dan Snyder sells the team. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, people say that, oh, the coach is the problem, or these people are the problem. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, look at what's going on. But yeah, I think it would be a very nice game to watch. But then again, if it is sadly the Eagles and the Chiefs, I can only imagine how the internet will respond. If number one, if the Chiefs were to win, number two, if Travis Kelce were to announce his retirement, and God forbid, if number three, if he proposes to Taylor Swift right there on the 50th, the internet would lose their everlasting mind if that end up happening.
Oh,
I love it.
I had that thought earlier. No, I had that thought earlier, and I was like, I guarantee if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Travis is gonna propose during all the fanfare and shit. There's no way that doesn't happen.
And plus, he can just ride to the sunset. He can retire because you've done it all. You've done it all. So
I won a Super Bowl and I'm a billionaire.
you're right. And I
great.
got the number one podcast on no out there right now for sports. I'm good. But yeah, give me Washington in Buffalo. What about you, Chris?
They're gonna find some way to fuck Buffalo up. But I
They
want
are.
Buffalo to win. Buffalo versus
Mm.
the Eagles.
Mm.
But I do want to see Washington. I'm curious to see Washington if Washington can pull it off. Because they beat Philly the last time
They did.
in a last second touchdown pass. So plus it's Kellen Moore versus Dan Quinn. They were on the same team 2 years
with
ago.
the Cowboys.
With the
Yeah,
Cowboys. So they know each other. It's gonna be a close game regardless. Both games are gonna be great. Ladies, do not bother your man
Please
this
don't.
Sunday.
Please don't.
You are jeopardizing your own relationship if you bother your man on Sunday. Okay, fuck your feelings. This man is hard at work with his parlays. He's trying to buy you something on Valentine's Day with this parlay. Okay, don't fuck it up.
Lock. And hey, Chris. How you watching the game on Sunday?
How am I watching the game on Sunday?
How you gonna be watching the game on Sunday? Locked in to them parlays.
Standing up. What you mean? I already put mine in like before I got on the show today. I put like 8 of them in, like different scenarios.
Gosh, I'm telling you, man. Oh, and another thing too, just with the added notes, with Washington being in the NFC Championship now, every NFC team has been to an NFC Championship conference game since the 1995 season, except the Dallas Cowboys.
Makes sense.
So, in other words, if you were born from 1996 onwards, the Dallas Cowboys had not been to an NFC Championship game in your entire life. That's just a fact.
Technically, they haven't been since I was born.
They haven't been. Yeah.
I was born in February of 95. So they haven't been to an NFC Championship my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But Detroit has, and they lost because coaching. We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah, please.
But Walter, who do you want to see in the Super Bowl before we get out of here?
I don't want to get mad again.
Oh my god. I want Bills Commanders. I really do.
Bills Commanders.
Like I do. I really do. Because I got a question because I don't know the answer to this. Maybe you do. Who was the last rookie QB to make it to the Super Bowl? Actually, who's the last rookie QB to win the Super Bowl?
Never happened.
Like, that would be pretty slick. So I want to see it just for that, but also I really just
the first rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl, or Buffalo Bills could win their first Super Bowl, or we could just keep the streak going. The Buffalo Bills could be the best NFL loser. Like, keep the streak going. Josh Allen, you need to go on a winning team, bro. The Buffalo Bills have officially become the all hype team. All hype, no Super Bowls. That's what their name is an acronym for. So maybe they should change their name.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Walt, no rookie has won the Super Bowl, but the closest will be Ben Roethlisberger because they won it Ben won in the second year as a starter for the Steelers.
That's not a rookie though.
I know that.
That's not a rookie.
I'm just saying, like, no, Big Ben came the closest, but yeah, no rookies won the Super Bowl.
Jaden Daniels could be the first one. Heisman winner. Which he also has a Heisman as his backup, Marcus Mariota.
Which is wild to think about that.
So that Tampa Bay game, you had 3 Heisman quarterbacks playing that night.
Yeah. Baker,
Mariota, and
Jane Dank, yeah.
And it's like, man, it's wild. But yeah, this has been a good therapy day.
Yeah.
Good episode to put out there with some special guests.
Yeah. Like I said, like Kris said before, ladies, do not talk or call your man or none of that stuff come Championship Sunday. Just don't do it. Valentine's Day, we got less than a month away. If the parlays hit, I can't guarantee you might get something, but not disturbing him is going to increase your chances of possibly getting something. Possibly.
This is what you do. This is what you do, ladies. This is coming from a man. Say, hey, baby, what you want to eat to watch the games with? I'll come over with whatever you want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And you can take that for any meaning you want.
Any.
Okay? We can eat this, and then you can eat that. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
But know that there's 2 games, ladies. You got to go through 2 games. One at 3 o'clock and one at 6:30. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then if your man likes, and then if you like Morris Chestnut, we got Watson coming on after the AFC Championship game. So it's a win-win.
Morris Chestnut.
You get to watch football and you get to watch Morris Chestnut. This is great. So, ladies, ask your man what he wants to eat during the NFC and AFC Championship games. And that's 2 different meals now. There's an NFC Championship meal and there's an AFC Championship meal. The NFC Championship meal is more like snackage, like nachos, like chicken wings, that kind of thing. AFC Championship, we're talking pizza. We're talking Jay Alexander's takeout, that kind of stuff, okay? It's going to be a great game. So that's all I got for that. And that's been another edition of the Kris versus Everybody show. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Christopher Bird and Walter Quit. See y'all next time I come on the show, which is whenever I feel like it because it's my show. So go to www.chriscrosscorner.com for your Black Excellence t-shirts. Like and subscribe on YouTube. What else do I have to say? Go to the Crisscross Studios Facebook group. Give us content. Give us topics to make content for next episodes. Click the notification bell on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Spread the word. Get your Black Excellence t-shirt. All right? It's time to put a stand to this. It is MLK Day week, so please get your t-shirts while supplies last. And Chris's train has gone through, so it's time to get off the show. So see y'all next week. Peace.